Today, the moon is in Aquarius, which is a great time for breakthroughs. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Saturday, December 16th. And with that Aquarius moon, it brings detachment, it brings objectivity, it brings the ability to separate ourselves from the things we're thinking about so we can sort of uninvest our emotional investments and attachments and be able to see our way through a little bit more clearly. So that's what we want to be thinking about today. The moon is waxing, it is getting bigger each day, night, since the Sagittarius new moon last Monday, December 11th. And so with the Sagittarius moon cycle, we are in a moon cycle that has the theme of how we are telling the story or making meaning out of where we're at this particular phase in our journey. And you can think about that in terms of sort of reflecting back on the past year. You know, the end of the year is a great time to do that. Think about where you've been, what you've been through, what you've been working on, and just get that bigger picture perspective and ability to reflect on where you're at. It can also be sort of bigger picture in your life, your lifetime, you know, reflecting back in history, in your history, and where you've been, how you got where you are now, what's important to you, what is meaningful to you about this particular phase in your journey. And that all helps you to get clear about your next steps. And that's the perfect thing to be thinking about as we wrap up 2023 and open that door to starting to plant the seeds and set intentions for 2024 and the things we want to accomplish. So it's kind of like looking back, thinking about, you know, where we're at in the big picture of our heart's dreams, our life goals, the truths and principles and values of our lives, and then how we have worked on that so far, right? What we've learned, who we've become in the process, and where we're at. And when we get that kind of grounding in where we're at, then from that place of sort of reckoning with where we're at now and acknowledging where we've been, acknowledging what we've been through, acknowledging who we've become in the process, and what are the issues and challenges that are on our plate today that we want to work on, because those issues and challenges are ways of furthering our soul's work. So there are more opportunities to unfold into our truth, to develop more fully as who we are, and to be the creative beings that we are meant to be, that we are here to be. So we have at the end of this year, this, you know, normally we have the Sagittarius new moon around this time. It'll be sometime when the sun is in Sagittarius. And so around the end of the year, great time to sort of reflect and tell the stories of the days past, and also tell the stories of the future. But of course, we are also in a Mercury retrograde period right now, where we're reflecting on where we've been, kind of going over old territory. And so with today's Aquarius moon, it's the perfect time to get objectivity related to what is important to us. And so that sort of ability to see things from a higher level of consciousness or think outside the box and really access the breakthroughs in thinking that are going to help us understand more fully where we're at. And that sets the foundations for what comes next and who we are becoming, and how we are going to approach our next steps in the journey, which of course comes back to how we're thinking about it and how we're telling the story of the issues and challenges that are on our plate for the moment. So, so really think about taking that opportunity to look at things a little bit more objectively. Ask yourself, maybe I've been emotionally involved or wrapped up in something. What if I took my emotion out of it? What am I really seeing? What am I really dealing with? What really needs to happen? Or maybe things are really much more fine than I thought they were when I get that objective perspective. So just really, really taking this opportunity to take a step back, get out of the emotion, because many of the moon signs that we go through bring in a lot of um the emotional side of things, where we can't separate how we feel from what we're doing. But Aquarius gives us that opportunity to do exactly that. We can get outside of our feelings. We can think about things objectively. So take that opportunity to clear your mind, write things out, do a little bit of brainstorming, and just take a step back from, being in the middle of things, which we have been very much lately. So hopefully as you do that process, you will open the door to some breakthroughs, and some new ways of thinking, and a breath of fresh air that is going to be very useful to you going forward. So that's what I've got for you today, with the moon in Aquarius. It will continue in Aquarius, for the next day or so, and then it goes into Pisces. So we just continue on this journey, and I will have more to share with you as we go forward. I'm going to be sharing more. So last Sunday, I had a video on what to expect in 2024 related to Pluto in Aquarius. Really powerful and important time of change, of shift in energy and background themes, with that outer planet changing signs, which they don't do very often. It's a noteworthy occurrence, especially when Pluto changes signs. But then in the coming years, we're going to have Neptune and Uranus also changing signs. So really some different vibes coming up as we head into the future here. So I'll be sharing a little bit more about what to expect, what we're looking at in the energies of the election day in the United States for 2024. So stay tuned, and I'll have more to share with you about that. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Ormes, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I do have an opportunity to work with me one-on-one, dive deep into your life purpose, your life path, how to get that clarity about who you are, how to fulfill your highest potential and step into what it is you're here to do, how to share your gifts, how to step into leadership and be the change maker that you are here to be, to make the world a better place. So astrologyheals.com, my rates are going up around the first of the year. So this is a great time to jump in and give yourself this incredible gift, this soul nourishing gift, to support and give some investment into that deeper reason for being alive, really, right? For investment in yourself and who you are. astrologyheals.com. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't yet, you can hit that subscribe button. It supports my work and it's totally free for you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.